Your mind is a powerful tool. It can open up new possibilities and unlock your dreams, or it can slam doors shut in your face. And you probably don't yet realize just how powerful it is. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you. I'm Tim Box, I'm a hypnotist, mind coach, and for more than a decade now, I've been working one-to-one with clients to help them overcome all sorts of anxiety-related issues. One of the big hurdles that I often need to help my clients overcome is this very common idea that because anxiety feels so bad right now, and we're experiencing such extreme physical sensations, this must mean there's just something broken about us. The counter-argument that this is actually a perfectly natural and healthy response and represents our mind making a mistake rather than experiencing a malfunction can be hard for us to accept. And this is often for no other reason than we just can't quite get our head around the idea that our own mind is capable of producing such an extreme physiological and psychological response. But here's the thing, I'm a hypnotist, and us hypnotists have a slightly different perspective than your average therapist. So today I want to demonstrate to you some of the remarkable things our mind can do if encouraged to accept a certain belief, even when that belief is a negative and limiting one. To help me with this, I've enlisted the assistance of my friend Maria, who will pretty much be metaphorically representing your subconscious mind for the rest of this video. First of all, let's take a look at how easy it is for us to inadvertently give away our power over the way we think, feel, and respond. Okay, Maria. We're going to do a little demo now, just to show you a little bit about how your mind works. Okay. Can I ask you first, you're right or left-handed? Right. You're right-handed. Okay. Do you mind then if you kind of give me your left hand for a little while? Okay. Okay. So if I can just take that's right, your left hand and your left arm. If you can just give this to me completely. Okay. And you can look at a spot on the back of your hand there. And you've given that to me completely. Yeah. Yep. Right. Good. You're not holding that there or anything like that. No. You're not holding that there? No. No? Okay. You're not doing anything with that arm, in fact, are you? No. In fact, you'll probably notice that you can't do anything with that arm. You could try and move it and notice that it just stays kind of exactly where it is, yeah? Yeah. Is that unusual? Is that a strange feeling? Yes. Yes, I would hope it would be. The right arm, you can move around, just confirm, yeah, but that one isn't going anywhere, yeah? No. Does it still feel like your arm? No. That's because you gave it to me, isn't it? Now that's not just a flippant point I'm making there. The point I'm trying to make here is that by just adopting certain beliefs that restrict us, we give away our power all the time. And I'll talk to people and oftentimes they won't really believe it's possible that, hey, my problem is just what my own mind is doing right now. And yet I always think these sorts of demos illustrate the point about what your mind can do when you didn't even realize how it could do it. Yeah. So the funny thing is, though, when we've given away our power in some way, we always have the option to take that back. And I would suspect, without me doing anything, your own subconscious will be more than capable of taking back power of that arm for you. And there you go. That's pretty great. Well done. So having seen how we can render ourselves powerless just by accepting a certain idea, let's take this a bit further. We often describe ourselves as stuck feeling a certain way, stuck feeling anxious, stuck in a fearful frame of mind, stuck with a certain outlook or set of responses. We might find ourselves talking about it like it's something external to us or something we have no influence over. We very much want to get unstuck, but the fact we can't must mean the solution is outside of our control. But it turns out that getting stuck isn't tremendously unusual and doesn't actually have to be that big a deal. Okay, so I want to use your left hand for this one, if that's okay. All always do is with your left hand, just sort of press it down on your leg there. Press it down nice and hard. And what I want you to do, looking at the back of your hand now, I want you to imagine that everywhere that your hand meets your leg there, imagine it's just stuck. Like super glue, like just fused to your leg, stuck solid and fast. And when you're certain, when you're absolutely sure that that hand is so stuck that you couldn't lift that hand, all I want you to do is just to try and lift it.
You try and lift that. I can see you trying to lift it down, but actually really try. Take your other hand, grab around your wrist, really try and pull that off your leg there. Notice that hand sticks to your arm now as well as you try and do that. Notice that hand now is stuck to your arm. You could try and take that away. Notice it just grips even tighter as you try and take that away. And I'm right in saying now that you are stuck there, yeah?
Yeah.
Just for the camera, can you confirm I'm stuck to my leg right now?
Stuck to my leg right
Okay, good stuff. Now, this might seem like quite unusual, this sort of thing happening, but the funny thing is we get stuck all the time. Stuck doing things we'd rather not be doing, feeling the way we'd rather not be feeling, and thinking the way we'd rather not be thinking. And we might assume, oh, this is just the way I am, and we hear ourselves say that all the time. But any way that we found ourselves stuck, in truth, is simply because we've accepted an idea that has in some way limited us and ultimately got us stuck. And really changing that, becoming unstuck, is just a matter of understanding things differently, entertaining new ideas, opening up new options for ourselves. And you're going to realize that you're not stuck in 3, 2, 1, now. And you can take your hands away. Lovely stuff.
So the point of these demos is to illustrate to you that if you thought that a healthy mind wasn't capable of restricting us, limiting us, or actually creating extreme physical responses to thoughts, then think again. We often hear people talking about how the mind can create life-changing magic for us when we think about things in the right way. But it's worth remembering that nobody's ever really taught us how to do that. So perhaps we shouldn't be surprised if our mind sometimes creates the wrong kind of magic, the limiting kind. If you've been fearing that the way you feel indicates a broken psyche, then maybe today you can realize that it just represents your perfectly healthy mind focusing on the wrong things in the wrong way. And if you've been feeling so stuck with anxiety that you're starting to believe it will never change, then recognize that it's probably only that thought that's holding you back from creating the change that you're after. If you want to learn more about how you get control over what your subconscious mind is doing, then my full system of change is available in the members area of this channel. For just £9, you get exclusive access to the control system self-hypnosis method. You also get the full Clear Your Head anxiety relief program. Not to mention, every week I go live for the members to do an exclusive anxiety Q&A. Just click the join button on the homepage or the link in the description of this video, and I'll see you on the other side. Or if you'd like one-to-one guidance from me, then get in touch via the email address below to book a free, no obligation consultation. I really hope you found this video valuable. If so, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more help with anxiety-related issues. But that's all for now. I'm Tim Box. Always remember, be kind to your mind, and I'll see you next time.